Hello everyone, Death Stimulator here, bringing you some more naval action. So today we have decided to start off by picking a fight with a Mercury and a Privateer. It's given us the drop on them, which is rather nice. All we have to do is just make sure we don't squander it. Actually, we've got our carronades on, so we'll be going in for a wee bit of close damage. If we end up killing a bunch of the enemy, we may even consider capturing the Mercury. We'll see how our volleys go in terms of luck, though. Assuming that that fire gets put out in time. Ever since I lost that ship in an unfortunate explosion, I've tried to be more vigilant, and it seems, at least for the moment, to be paying off. Gonna wait for the second volley. Turn ourselves into the wind, just briefly. Get our volley off with our starboard guns, and swing back around and hit them with our port side weapons. So we did have the opportunity to board there. To be honest, I'm actually not too keen on boarding with the numbers that we have. Only being up by 5 people is not a safe move. Oh, jeez. Sorry, we just lost 2 cannons. Like, that's absolutely brutal. I'd very, very much like to avoid popping our repairs. Too early. Alright, I think I've been careful enough with that fire. Whew. Only one shot hit. We could have been a bit more careful there, but to be honest, I'm not too worried about this fight. Should be a bit more careful on that shot, though. It's a bit blinded by the smoke. Okay, thought we dropped enough, but clearly not. Reasonably happy we were able to take out their bowsprit. Oof, alright. I'm gonna pop a repair here just because I'd like to get our cannons back, to be honest. We can probably hold with survival, but being able to get all our cannons back in action here suit me much better. Well, I'm probably going to go for a boarding action now, to be honest. Since we've slowed them down and we've got 10 crew up, I'm pretty sure I have boarding modifications on the Navy Brig. So it should be fairly straightforward. We've let ourselves take some rather poor hits. So probably best to try and wrap it up relatively quickly. Can't actually see how many crew he's got on there at the moment. Admittedly, we could just hold this position and keep hitting them. I'd prefer not to. So they'll be on defensive, so we can just afford to fire. Hopefully we won't get sunk by the privateer in the meantime. So we've got about 50 crew left. It's not too bad. It should let us clean up quite nicely. Against the poor little privateer there. But we've captured a mercury. Should sell for a reasonable price. I probably won't pilot it myself. I do want to keep our pump in top condition. I'll just see if we take water before I look at repairing it. Okay, good. Just checking no one was dropping in there. A little bit of frame rate drop. Probably just on our end. These extra 2 guns at the end there. A few more hits and that'll be the end of the privateer. Not too worried about capturing them, of course. A ship like that's not going to fit, not going to get very much money for us. Keeping in mind, of course, both our sailing and our reload times are drastically reduced as we're operating at about 1/3 the normal crew. Just for my own comfort, I'm actually going to pop a repair and do the pump now. I'll probably only need one of them, but I'll just get both out of the way, just in case. I hope you can actually do them simultaneously. Oh, yeah, our armour is going up, so that's good. Switching up. That's slightly better. Yeah, should have done that a bit better, but my fingers got flipped around on the keys. Ah, never mind. There they go. Good stuff. Just fix up our sails and get out of here. We're not too far from Rangerstad, so we'll scoot back there and get ourselves sorted out. Even sell off a cheap reinforced rudder, and yeah, it's just a basic mercury. May as well. Alright. Well, we'll break here for a minute and I'll see you all shortly. So, today's episode is just going to be a bit of an aimless one. We're going to wander on up to the northwest and just have a look through some of these island change, looking at some of the restructuring, some of the new textures, and of course, see if we can spot some of the new cities. I think there's been at least a few added with the last patch. And of course, as we've already noted, the wonderful textures. As you can see, we're up by Coral Bay, just making our way along this section of the island chain. Looks like potentially a storm there. But yes, a lovely time of day, that is for sure. Haven't actually seen any ships in quite a while, with the with the exception of a player Lynx, which certainly didn't want to pick a fight with us, and I was not going to pursue. Not really any point in chasing down ships like that in this ship. Though, to be fair, players are worth a fair bit more experience, if not gold, than AI. And for the most part, they're going to be slightly less dangerous. If they're in a bigger ship, we just run away. In a smaller ship, we can crush them pretty quickly. Alright, so we've got a snow here, a trader snow and a lynx. Seeing if there's anything more dangerous around that might jump into a battle if we get involved. Doesn't look like it. So we'll take this opportunity and we'll see if we can get ourselves some ships. We'll go and aim to capture the snow as quickly as possible, and then probably just sink the trader and the lynx. have to see the position it puts us in. Assuming we don't lag out, of course. Alrighty. So it's got us kind of on the side of them. So we really want to get John Elgrath there. Oops. So we're going to rush in, double shot. Have a look and see if taking down armor is going to work at all with the grape, as it's meant to. Last patch it certainly was not the case, as if you got them down low enough they'd just repair up and sink anyway. So this time things might be a little bit different. I'll drop it down to half, give it a burst of grape shot and see how it goes. Assuming we don't do more damage than that with the carronades in the meantime. You have to be careful of the damage coming off the snow and the lynx, but overall it shouldn't be too much for us to deal with. The snow's our concern. Eesh, a bit more of a hit than I expected. I have with almost, what is that, a 10? That's a 10-person lead. It's actually not that much. But it might be enough here. I'd rather just board them quickly, to be honest. Hopefully we'll be able to finish this fight up quickly, actually, because I'm taking much more damage than I expected off that trade of snow. Like our last match, this will be a fairly slow burn for the rest of it. Just dealing with the fact that we'll be undercrewed. Still saves us a lot of potential hazards by taking them out first. And gives us a reasonably nice ship to sell off. You don't get a lot of opportunities to farm, and with the new patches, a very different game in terms of farming and so on. So we'll be able to swing out here and fire off the 5 guns that we have left on this side. fire off a volley to try sinking this Lynx as well while we're here. We're not going to be able to get ourselves turned around in a timely fashion. And I would expect 9 shots into a Lynx, especially at this range, is going to basically finish that up. Well, actually, they'll probably be able to survive off their repairs. That is, unfortunately, one of the problems for us at the moment, which is just that until we can get a little bit more comfortable with our money, we're gonna have to sit in a Navy brig rather than invest a lot of capital into a ship that we run a fairly high risk of losing. Waiting for the shots to beat up a little bit. Pop one of their repairs, actually try and get some of these cannons back. I don't know, would you refer to a singular carronade as a carron or a cannon? Or just carronade? I mean, I've got to imagine it's carronade. It is both a plural and a singular. Honestly, I do not know what the language root of that word is, so I have no idea how you would begin to deconstruct it. One of the problems, like most words in the English language, I'm relatively unsure of where it actually comes from and where it's been bastardized from. One day, might see if we can put together a video talking about that sort of stuff, do some research, look at what people have to say about it. In the meantime, however, we're just going to work on trying to sink this snow, or trader snow. No? Alright. I'm sorry, well, you probably would have heard as well, the whistle of cannonballs like kind of passing over our heads. Didn't actually see any shots coming through. Probably a graphical glitch in that case. Or a sound glitch. You kind of forget just how small the snow is, actually. In fact, if they changed its size again... I do, like... I kind of want to go back and have a look at some of our earlier videos now. Could just be our perspective, of course. Doesn't look quite right here. Have to get a little bit close to them with the double equipped. Not really a major problem, it's just time consuming. If we had more crew, I'd seriously consider capturing this snow. But unfortunately, with us down so much, I can't... Well, actually, their armor's pretty low. This could be a perfect opportunity to test grape shot. So what I'll do is I shall load up some grape shot. Try and plant ourselves better. Well, actually, way too close now. Anyway, we'll try and plant ourselves a reasonable distance from them. Eventually, once they get moving. We have no stopping power, because we can't really get our sails down in a timely fashion. We've still got our other repairs, so I'm not too concerned about the damage we take. We do, however, have to be careful of the amount of water we take on. Alright, so those shots kind of hitting their portholes a little bit there, but doesn't really seem to be much more effective. I'll try lobbing some shots up onto the deck, you know, because those shots were going through the portals. I don't think armor was really playing much of a part there. I'm going to get a couple of 100 meters between us, probably. Ideally about 200. So if they continue to sail away from us, we'll get them around on our starboard side. And they should hopefully get into a position where we can lob some shots on. Have to keep in mind, of course, the distance between the distance that shows up from the ship is actually the position of your camera. So you're always gonna have that error if you're not kind of sighting like this. Alright, yeah, so that one kind of made it on. Didn't do very much. Gotta say, still not a fan of it either way. You're either getting it onto the deck or through the portholes. having the armour down does not seem to have had an impact at all. Which is unfortunate. Still means that it... I mean, I don't know what level you've got to get the armour down to, if it's even got to be less than that, or if it's got to have no armour at all on the ship, but... On one hand, if against a ship that can fight back, that's just not going to work at all. Grapes. Not going to be valuable, unless, of course, you've got many, many more guns than the ship you're trying to capture. And if it's a ship that, you know, you've got many more guns in, then you're probably going to have more crew than them anyway. So unless you are particularly concerned about maintaining your crew, which, as things progress, is probably going to become more and more of a concern, then that's the time you're going to want to use grape shot. But at the moment, tactically, it just seems pointless, apart from saving your crew, of course. Making capturing ships easy if you've already got kind of like a superior ship. And goodness knows we are far too reckless as it is with our ships. So we're not overly concerned about losing men capturing a ship. We're just getting it out of the way quickly. Well, we're finished up repairs. It'll take, you know, a minute or so. So I'll just cut the video for the moment and see you all shortly. So after repairing, we're making our way to just continuing along the British Virgin Isles. And we'll probably continue this for the next couple of episodes. Once again, just making our way along. I'd actually quite like to head to Jamaica this time around. We've tried to get there before and been distracted and kind of pulled off course by other matters. Though things should be a bit smoother now, because we've got a bit of better handle on things. As you can see, we got 1,629 gold out of it, 154 XP, so overall, not a great haul. Not bad, of course. We did capture a snow in relatively good condition, which should get us a little bit of money. Next trick will be, of course, reaching a rank where we can get a fleet, as that seems to be somewhat restricted now. At least our last attempt to acquire one was, at any rate. So, for the moment, we will wrap it up here, I guess. As usual, it's been Death Stimulator. Thank you very much for watching, and if you did enjoy the video, do let us know. Please consider liking, commenting, favouriting, or subscribing, as your support does mean the world to me. I'll see you all next time.